I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month and the end of the year. I've been doing this now for 2 years, and that is DIY gaming box. So, in case you don't know what this is, every month I spin this lovely little roulette wheel here. Whenever a number it lands on correlates with a games console that I own, and then for the next month I have to buy for that system with a budget of £25, trying to find a good mix of quality and quantity. So last month I spun the wheel and it landed on PlayStation 4, and I was a little bit hesitant with this. At first I was like, oh, that should be alright, and then as I looked into it, it's like, not sure what really to get, because I own most of the sort of big hitters for the system. There were a couple that I still want, but they were way out of the £25 budget, even with the Black Friday sales and things like that. And obviously lower price games, pre-owned and things. It's like, I own most of what I want for the system, not sure what to get. So yeah, wasn't really sure how I was going to go about this one, but did manage to get some games. So let's start by opening up the old box and taking out I can open boxes, damn it. So we'll start with a pile of 3 games. So we have firstly, WWE 2K16, and this one, I'm looking for the price, £1.99, mainly to add to my wrestling game collection. 2K14 was sort of the last game that I really enjoyed in the series, and even then I don't think it was that great. And then sort of once 15 came along and they changed the whole grapple system things, and I just don't like it much anymore. 16 slightly improves upon what 15 did. Yeah, it's a wrestling game. I don't really understand what the hell I'm doing. I can't seem to do many moves, I just don't know. And you go into the game, into the menu for like manual and things, there's nothing in game. It just links you to a website for a digital manual. They couldn't even put the controls and shit in the game. Really? Yeah, so that's for the collection, along with 2K17. This one only cost a whole £1. Yeah, because they somehow made it worse. So it's basically the same game, slightly different roster. £1. And then I already own 2K18. I got like the special edition collector's set and things for really, really, really cheap. I sure as hell wasn't paying like 100 odd quid like it would normally cost. So I went ahead of that one and picked up 2K19. This one cost £4.99. I know, I was really struggling for stuff, so I just went with wrestling games for the collection. And yep, it's kind of like the previous 2 games, but with a different roster. And if I'm not mistaken, I was just baffled when I loaded this up. And normally when I play a wrestling game, the first thing I do when it's a WWE game is I play a singles match as The Undertaker. You have to unlock him in this. You have to unlock The Undertaker before you can play as him. And this was before he retired, so it's not like you're just a legend, retired now, I understand that. No, he was still active, sort of, still active, yeah. You had to unlock him. So my first match was unfortunately not as The Undertaker. I was able to play as him because unlocking him thankfully was easy. You earn points by doing stuff in matches, and after the first match I had enough points to unlock him. But still, what the hell? Baffling. Just baffling. Right, so now for the big main game really of this. I got this brand new, still sealed, from a regular website in a sale for £16.85, which I think leaves me with 17p spare overall. This game costs almost double that pre-owned on most websites. I got it brand new for this price. And it's a game I wasn't sure I was ever going to bother with. I don't know, I'm not a fan of the series based on what I have played of older titles. So I was a little bit iffy on getting this, but I decided for the price, I'll give it a go. It's probably not something I would have bought if it wasn't for the DIY gaming box. I've almost put in 30 hours into this game now. And keep in mind, spoiler, I am recording this a couple of weeks in advance. So I'm only halfway through December and I've already put in around 30 hours. Having a blast with it, lots of fun. The game is Persona 5 Royal. Yep, I'm a fan now of Persona. At least Persona 5 Royal, anyway. I still think the first game on PS1 is trash. It just isn't very good. This game, however, so far, fantastic. For the first couple of hours, I was a little bit confused and I didn't know what was happening, didn't really understand things, wasn't sure if I was going to like it. But I kept going and you get to a certain point, it's like, oh, okay, things kind of make sense now, really enjoying it. And one of the things that I'm liking so far is that it does play similar to the Legend of Heroes games, specifically the Trials of Cold Steel when you're in a school and you have certain days that go past, you can do certain things after school and things, talk to people, create relationships with people. Although in the Cold Steel series, when you're in class, you get asked questions about the lore and history of that world, which you can go and find by going to the library or talking to people. So you kind of have access to that information. This game seems to ask real world stuff from Japan, and I don't know how people have that knowledge in general. I've had to look up a guide for answering the questions pretty much every time because I have no clue. I don't know how people playing the game generally are going to know any of these things. Maybe Japanese people who learnt about Japanesey stuff at school, but everyone else, fuck you. And of course you want to get them right, so you improve your intelligence stat. Yeah, and there was a point where I got really, really angry with the game. Not for something that I'd done, but something the game did, or rather didn't tell me about. So, yeah, you take place in Japan. My dog is currently whining outside my door. Don't know if you can get it on camera. Meg, please stop whining. I'm trying to record. You can't come in at the moment. Yeah, anyway, so the main thing is that you change people's hearts who are evil. You go into some metaverse world with your persona monster and you fight them in the metaverse and they have a change of heart in the real world. So once you decide what your target is, you have a set number of days to go into his palace in this metaverse and defeat him in there. So I thought, okay, I've got like 2 weeks to do this first guy. Okay, I'll spend some time after school doing different activities, getting some levels up, doing a bit of training, making some money so I can buy items, and I'll go like the last day before the time limit's up. So I went in, you find the guy's treasure, which is his heart sort of thing that you have to steal in order to make him have a change of heart. Kind of confusing, yeah, so I found the treasure. It's like, oh yeah, okay, so now I get to steal the treasure? Oh no. No, you see, you can't just do that. You have to come back out into the real world, send the guy a calling card the next day, and once he sees that, then he can go in and steal his treasure. But of course, the next day in the game was when the time limit was up. My character got shot in the face and died. I had to start over from a week prior, which meant I had to go through all the palace again, which the palaces are rather large, sort of like dungeony areas. The first one is a castle, but yet there's a lot to it. So you had to go through all of that, defeating the enemies, levelling up again, collecting certain items that were hidden. and then doing that a couple of days before so I could send a bloody calling card just to go back in the next day and steal the treasure. The game never once mentioned that you had to do this like a couple of days in advance. It just gives you a time limit. It says do it before then. I did it before then, but it didn't tell me I had to do it an extra bloody day to send out a little bloody business card saying, oh, we're coming for you. So I was pretty unhappy at that point. But I powered through, redid it, got it done. Now I know not to do that again. And I'm having a ton of fun. I've already done a couple of hearts after that. I think I've just done my third one. So yeah, having a blast with it. The characters are very fun. A lot of voice actors are ones that I recognised instantly from the Legend of Heroes games because, you know, voice actors for JRPGs, so there's kind of like a collection of them that all sort of do different ones and they're all fantastic at it. So yeah, finally having a blast. There was that bit that just really pissed me off, but I got past it, know what I'm doing now, having fun. And yeah, there's a ton of content in here, tons of stuff to do. It is the Royal version, so there's a lot of new stuff. But obviously, all of it's new to me. But if you were upgrading from the original version to Royal, based on the list that I've seen of what the new content is and the bits that I've done of that new content, it's like, yeah, worth the money for the upgrade, definitely. So, I'm a fan of Persona 5 Royal. Never thought I would buy a Persona game and be a fan of it, but I am. So, yeah, once I finish this, I may look into Persona 4... Golden or something. Unfortunately, it's not out on consoles though. It was just released on like the Vita, and now it's on Steam, so I'll get it there. But it would be nice if it was on consoles. And if this ever does get a port to the Switch, I probably will double dip. Yeah. So those are the games that I got for the DIY gaming box. 3 unremarkable wrestling games for the collection. 1 rather incredible JRPG, Persona 5 Royal. So, all that's left to do now is spin the wheel and see what I collect for in the first month of 2022. So, let's move these out of the way here. I don't know how this gets so dusty. It stays in the box all month until I pull it out. Yeah. Right, okay, get that set up. Alright, let's just get the camera off here. Come on, there we go. Right, so we have our wheel. Let's give it a spin and we'll see what it lands on. I do have a couple of preferences, but I won't say them in case I jinx it or some bull crap. Right, so... Oh, so close to 0, which would have been bigcal's choice. Which has never happened yet, but it is 26. And that's the PlayStation 3. Okay, PlayStation 3. Yeah, not the system I would have gone for, but there are still a handful of games that I do want for that system. I've said in the past I'm a big fan of the PS3, so yeah, got a handful of games that I do want for that, but let me know down in the comments below if there is anything in particular for the PS3 I should check out that I don't already own, of course. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my pickups for the PS4 this month. Let me know what you think of Persona 5 Royal, and if you made the same mistake I did with the whole timing issue and calling card crap. Well, I'm bigcal, thanks for watching, and I guess I will see you again next year. In the future.